Good morning, everyone. This is, the beginning of day 3, the end of day 2. um, no real events yesterday. I was very thirsty. Um, Last night I was going back and forth between whether or not I was freezing or whether I was sweating. So, um, I don't know what, that had to do. It just something that happened. So I don't know if it was due to the um, change in temperature here lately where it's gotten cold again, or if it's just a cleansing effect. I have no clue. Um, doesn't really matter because it's done with and over with now. So, I mean, obviously I got through it. Here I am awake. Buh. um, oh, it's just been so busy and hectic that I didn't quite get enough water in my system yesterday, so I'm going to make certain I take the full amount with me with my backpack so I can, keep refilling. And I think that was my problem yesterday. I could only find one of my bottles, and so that's all I had to refill. And I have to make a trip to the car to do that, so I was not going to do that. um, but I do keep, a real jug next to the bed. I was just sitting here guzzling earlier, and I'm like, you know, I did that just like my ancestors with moonshine. But it's better for me. Just makes me a more natural high, naturally intoxicated, and I don't go beating up people afterwards. So, liquid liquid moonshine water, I don't know. Let's see. Today I guess I just want to encourage you. You know, day 2 is usually a little bit difficult. I didn't find it too difficult this time. Who knows? Day 3 might be my worst day ever, or day 4. Usually it's day 2 or 3. If you make it through day 4, you're doing pretty good, and you can usually go at least 7 days. Really does kind of just depend on where you're at, what time you have, if you're a boredom eater like me, who, you sit in front of a TV or something and you have to be munching something, um, then the secret is to not sit in front of the TV and keep yourself busy so that you don't fall prey to those habits. Um, Used to be that one of my trigger points was getting angry. It wasn't so much that I was angry at whoever I was angry at. It was more that I was angry at myself for getting angry. Now that's logical. But, sometimes we expect a bit too much of ourselves. And this is the time to sit back and think about those times. You know, why do I get angry at myself just for having feelings? You know, or maybe it's just that I get angry at myself for how I express those feelings. And maybe I need to figure out a better way to express my feelings without coming off quite as strong or losing control of myself. Um, in my case, I hate to cry in front of people. Nothing ticks me off more than if I end up so emotional state that I have to cry in front of people. I know that's kind of strange. You know, here you are crying and it ticks you off. I think it's because when I grew up, I always had to be the strong one. I was the oldest sister, um, and when mom was away, I was mom. It's just that simple, you know. At 14, I can remember my mom telling me, of all the girls she knew my age, I was the most ready to be a mom. You know, and I'm sure she said it because it meant to her that I was responsible and mature. But I realize now that maybe I wasn't at an age to be quite that responsible, you know? Maybe I shouldn't have been taking care of my older brothers as well as my younger brothers and my sister. Um, but, you know, it was one of those things that my mom had to count on. She was a single mom for, you know, various times, or, well, either that or she had a drunkard for a husband. But actually, at about 14 was when she married my wonderful dad, who loves her dearly and loves all of us dearly and adopted all of us kids. So it's it's kind of nice that things kind of switched up a bit there, but I can remember when I was in grade school and mom would get me up at 5 in the morning and I would go in and finish making whatever breakfast she had started, and she'd leave for work, and then it was my responsibility to get everybody up and ready for school and off to school and everything. And I'm realizing now, you know, I was only in like 4th and 5th grade. But this is sort of the life we have to lead sometimes, and this is a good time to sit back and reflect on those type of things and maybe do some forgiving if we need to. Maybe forgiving ourselves for things that we took responsibility for that really wasn't our fault, you know? And I'm not saying it's a time to find fault in others, but it's a time to let go, you know, let go and let God kind of a thing. If you find yourself thinking a lot on these type of things, then go ahead and do it. You know, if it means sitting down and writing, I forgive that SOB of a stepfather I had for raping me 7 times 70 times for 7 days. Do it. Whatever it takes, whatever you're holding back, now is the time to let it go. Because those emotional baggages that we carry are what cause us to carry this emotional, physical, you know, extra baggage that we carry around in our lives now. So I'm hoping that you'll use today, like I am, even though I'm going to be very busy, to let things go in your life. Forgive yourself for things you've done that were just totally stupid in the past. And go on. God bless y'all. See ya.